Hey everyone, Dave here with Beast Made Reviews, of course the channel dedicated to reviewing quality, and welcome to another kind of unboxing, haul, weird gear of the week here. And today's episode is all about weird gear that I just got, kind of a catch-all terminology for different types of products. And I do have a couple of weird ones, and I do have a couple of really cool ones here. But this series is a way I can show off some of the things I get in that I can't necessarily put in a video right away. Sometimes they just sit and waiting for a little while. So this is just a good way to show you what I get. And here's just a smattering of the things here. I may have some more off to the side as well. I'm wondering which one you're going to pick first. It's not this. And it's not this. It's not this. It's this. I already know. All right, next here, let me show you this. Now, I've actually showed this on the channel before. I mentioned this in my Beamer Awards for 2024, and this is a watch that Vaer gave me. This is the company. I've always liked watches, and I've gone through kind of an up and down of watches. I'll be mentioning this in my video mentioning Vaer. I really do like watches, but I am a little bit picky about which watches I get. And I've never really loved chronographs, but there's something about this one, which is a racing chronograph, that just really grabbed my attention. This is a beautiful racing chronograph. I really like it. It's got the nice racing strap, which I think looks amazing on this. It comes with, I think, one or maybe even two other straps, and they have like the quick release system on there. Pretty cool. I believe this is just a quartz mechanism. Yeah, quartz movement. You can see it right there. And Vaer has a lot of great unique designs for watches. I think they all look spectacular, and they're all a fair price as well. They're not inexpensive, but I think they're very fair for what you get. I've been wearing this a lot. I think this looks great, and I love the actual size of the watch. My wrist is not huge. It's on the medium side, maybe even smaller than that. But some watches nowadays, some of the modern watches are just massive, and they look like, you know, they look like Flavor Flav or something. But this is a great size. It looks fantastic, and definitely check out Vaer. I really like these a lot. And again, I'll have links down below to all these. Definitely go and check these out. Many of those are affiliate links, and they will help support the channel anytime you buy through those. So if you see anything in this video that you like, definitely go and check it out down below. All right. Next. All right, let me show this real quick. Now, I am super excited about this. This is by Emerson, and the owner of Emerson has become kind of a friend of mine. Emerson sent this my way, but this is really cool. Now, first of all, Emerson, located in Oklahoma, they do pre-made, pre-wired kits, electronics kits. Really beautiful. And what's special about these, besides the craftsmanship and the quality of this, is just amazing. Like, just look at that. Not in my wildest dreams could I make electronics this good. Every time I do electronics, they always look like an absolute bird's nest. I mean, it looks nasty. Now, this is a Strat harness. I have a Stratocaster. I want to change out the pickups in there. My Telecaster has Cavalier pickups, and I think there's some of the best pickups for a Telecaster that exist. They're incredible. And I also have their Strat pickups. I just haven't put them in my Strat, mostly because I just never play my Strat, honestly. But I wanted to just kind of do everything all over again. And Emerson had a pre-wired kit, and this one is called their blender kit. But instead of having two tones, you have a volume and a master tone, and one of them is a blender. I believe the way it goes is if you're on the neck pickup and you blend it in, you get the bridge as well. And if you're on the bridge and you blend it in, you get the neck as well. And of course, you can turn it down. And these pots are also really special. They came out with their new and improved what they call Premier Pro pots. The reason this is important, most of the pots that you get on the market today are by CTS or even by foreign companies that make pots. Those are fine, and those work. They will work. The problem with them, though, is that they're not made very well, especially for today's musicians. The quality of them is not great. They break, especially right here, this little standoff area where the lugs are. A lot of times, either the lugs will snap or that little standoff will snap, and it's fairly common to break them. But even worse than all of that is the tolerance on the pots are terrible. And this is a very well-known problem with pots. Whenever you buy pots, you get them in certain resistance values, either 500K or 250K or 1 mega ohm, what have you. But just because they say that on paper doesn't mean that they actually measure for that value. And so I thought that the tolerance was like 10% or something like that. And no, it's 25%. So the tolerance on whatever pot you buy can be up or down 25%. That is an incredible number. I mean, that is terrible. Now, Emerson actually custom designed these type of pots made in the USA, but to an exacting tolerance. The tolerance on these are within 5%. That's an amazing difference right there. Incredible contrast between the two. And these, I've actually seen him try to snap that, and he couldn't snap it as hard as he could. He had some really nice Nipex nippers, and he couldn't actually snap that at all. All that to say, besides these being pre-wired for convenience and really cool that they have other kind of things like the blender, great caps and resistors and all that, besides that, the pots on here are literally the absolute best that you can get. And whatever value that you have on here is the actual value of what you're getting. These have become so popular that many custom builders and companies that design guitars are actually going to Emerson and asking them for those pots. And for the longest time, he made this for the general public. You could just buy it from his site. But recently, he just announced that because of the popularity, he can only do so much. And I don't know how many people work at Emerson, but I know that it's a small company. So whatever they do, they have to do it very efficiently. I got this not too long ago when you could actually buy it on their website directly. Maybe they'll bring it back so you can order it online again, or maybe you just have to look to other retailers that actually sell Emerson. So definitely go and check that out. Excellent, excellent, excellent guitar electronics. I mean, I cannot say enough about that. And as a bonus, he actually sent me this, which is an empty bottle because I actually drained it. This was a few ounces of a bourbon that is off the menu at Emerson. They just sent it to me as thank you, and it was delicious. So excellent. This is a new whiskey, or I guess you'd say a whiskey blend by Penelope Bourbon. Penelope Bourbon is a really cool bourbon company. They have a lot of bourbons and whiskeys, a lot of cool spirits. Here we go. They're located in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, bottled by Penelope Bourbon Bottling Company in St. Louis, Missouri. But Penelope Bourbon just recently came out with this one. This is their Cigar Sessions Chapter 1. And as you can see here, the label looks like a cigar band. I think that is super cool. That looks really great. Now, this was in collaboration with a few different people. One of them is Sin Coburn with Dissident Cigars. There's a couple of other people. I just don't remember them off the top of my head. But I wanted to put this in the video. I'm going to actually mention this month. September is Bourbon Month, or National Bourbon Month, something like that. Bourbon is a really great American-style spirit, and I just had to try this. I have some other bourbons that I want to talk about as well. I haven't even opened this up yet. I just got this in the mail just a couple of days ago, and I am itching to try this. This looks so cool. And I have some really high hopes with this. But they made this Cigar Sessions to be paired with a medium body cigar. I'm assuming that they're going to come out with a few different other chapters, chapter 2 and 3 and so on. And I don't know if those are meant to be paired with different types of cigars. But this one is kind of a jack of all trades pairing here. So you can pair this with a lot of different types of cigars. I know this has been done before, but I think this is a little different because this was in collaboration with a few different people in the cigar industry. So I think this is just a really cool addition here and really special. Really excited to try that. I'll mention these real quick. I didn't show them on camera, but I got a couple of things from Hoot & Young recently. I got their rye whiskey, Operation Gothic Serpent, 30th anniversary. And then I recently got their latest release, their bourbon, which is a new release by them. Both of these are outstanding. I absolutely love these. Believe it or not, I really don't drink a whole lot. I had never been into whiskeys or bourbons. And so whenever they sent me the rye, that was the first time I'd actually tried a rye before. And I love this one. It's great. Their bourbon, also fantastic. They sell other things as well. I've only tried one kind from them, but I really like that a lot. So let me bring you to this. These are a couple of other things that Hoot & Young sent for their other products for the video that I'm going to be doing. The first one is this, which is a lighter by Firebird. Now, this one is a Hoot & Young branded lighter, but Firebird makes these. You've probably seen these if you're into lighters at all. This is a very common triple torch lighter. Pretty inexpensive, and you see these a lot in the kind of branded types of lighters. If you go to a website, you may find something like this. This is an excellent lighter. Very inexpensive, triple flame, which is great. Butane, of course. Probably can't see that on camera. Great switch, ergonomic, huge reservoir right there. And as you can see all the fluid in there, which is not a lot left in here. The only thing I don't like about this type of lighter, I think it's excellent function-wise. I just don't like how clunky it is. I usually like lighters that are a little bit more flat, rectangular, square, that you can just sit down and not have to worry about it. This is fine, and this will work. There's really nothing to complain about this. So my point here is just really a nitpick with this type of design, but this is an excellent lighter if you like this. I just like others a little bit better. All right, now they also sent me another thing here, which is a cutter by Colibri. Now, Colibri is a great brand that sells cutters and lighters. And of course, this one is another one that's branded with Hoot & Young on the side. And this is a V-cut, a very nice, deep V-cut. Really great. I like this a lot. The button here, very positive, easy to actuate, easy to cut, nice deep V. Very sharp and very clean, and it covers a good bit of ring gauges there. I like that a lot. There's rubber on the outside, which is just nice to grip. It is on the chunky side and a little bit heavy, which is one thing I don't like about this, and pretty thick. There are other V-cutters out there that I think are maybe just a little bit better than this, but it's still hard to beat. Colibri is an excellent brand, and this is an excellent V-cutter. So if you like that, definitely check that out. Big thanks to Hoot & Young for sending those. And quick note, you got to check my other channel for the reviews on the contraband. All right, now while we're talking about cutters, I've got to talk about this. This is a cutter by a Chinese company that is not a knockoff from anything I've seen. This is by Cigarism. And this is one company that I really, really like, but most of the things that they sell look like they're genuinely new designs, and this is one of them. They have what looks like a cassette tape, which I love. Growing up in the 80s, I know what a cassette tape is. Some of you younger folks probably do not, and you're not missing anything, honestly. Really cool. They have these in a couple different colors. I got yellow just because it's so bright. And as you can see, there is a V-cutter, a flat cutter, and then there's a punch cut right there. Really cool. All in one, pretty lightweight and not super thick. Really great size. You open it by pushing the side right here. Oh, and it just springs open. Oh, that is so satisfying. And I've already gotten to try this a few times, and I can definitely tell you these are great cutters. Super, super sharp. The V-cutter is great. The flat cutter is great. I really like this a lot. So far, everything I've tried from Cigarism has been literally some of the best pieces that I can find for their price. I mean, they're just excellent. Now, the only thing I'll say about Cigarism, some of the pieces that I've recommended, they go out of stock. And sometimes they're hard to find the things that I recommend because a year from now, they may not have them available. So I will have a link to this, but if you're looking for it down the road, I just don't know if it'll be available. So if you're really wanting something that I think is just a top-notch, top caliber cutter for not a lot of money, and you get all three cutters in one, I would definitely just buy it now. This is a great deal on great cutter. All right, while we're at it, might as well go ahead and do this. Now, I have a video I did a while back about maintaining a humidor, and I mentioned in that video that I have another video coming about humidors in general, my recommendations for storage. And I recently just found this company, and I'm super excited about it. Now, this company is called, where are they? Fogbox. Fogbox is a cool company making these really interesting containers, humidors, that are plastic, but they reskin them with that kind of, what is it? I forgot what they call it, but the like the dips, like you put a motorcycle helmet in or something like that. So you get a whole bunch of different skins that you can use. And what I like in particular about these, there's other companies that have a plastic style container like this, hard shell case like this, that you can use for a humidor. But what really sets this apart, besides just the outer skin there that looks really cool, this one is reptile, obviously, in the way that it looks, but it has a hygrometer on the inside, which is really cool. As you can see, this is measuring just at 70% humidity. And then it has a way that you can actually tighten it down. So you can actually unseal it and then reseal it, which I think is really cool. Now, I don't exactly know what the difference in that will be. Maybe that's a way that you can let a little bit of air in and maybe adjust your humidity here and there. Maybe that's a way that you can kind of dial it in just a little bit. I just got this, so I'm literally giving you my first impression here. Whenever I make the whole video, I'll let you know all about it. But this is an excellent one so far. Let me open it up. Really tight. And they have this in a few different sizes. This one has a little spot where you can put some propylene glycol. I think this holds about 15 or 20, something like 15 to 20, depending on how big they are. Great size. Really like that a lot. Definitely check that one out. All right, and last piece here is this. Now this is the Beardscape version 2 by Brio. Now I've talked about Brio before, especially with their hair dryer, and their hair dryer is excellent. I mean, excellent, really, really good. But I know that most guys don't always need a hair dryer. Some guys, they don't have any hair at all. But I know that most guys need some kind of trimmer of some sort, either for their head, body hair, or what. And this, by far, is the best I have ever seen. It's adjustable. You can change the blades and have some spare blades as well. This is the body blade, so it's a little bit not as sharp on you, a little bit more for sensitive areas, I guess. And then they have this blade right here. Really cool. You can actually change how fast it goes, as you can see by the RPMs. And it tells you a little screen right there. It tells you the blade setting, the RPMs, and then how many minutes you have left at that RPM setting. Here's the lowest setting right there for 5,000 RPMs. Really cool. I know there's a lot of people out there who recommend Manscaped, and I think that's okay, but I think Manscaped is pretty cheap. This, on the other hand, way, way better. And I don't recall the price difference between this and Manscaped. I don't remember it being too bad, but for what you get here, this is the absolute best that you can get for a trimmer. I have never seen one that is this good before. So, I mean, it's just excellent. Great for beard, body, everything. So if you need a good trimmer, I would definitely highly recommend the Beardscape V2 or V1 by Brio. I've been using the V1 for a long time and really like it, but they also sent me the V2 and it's even better. So that's all I have for today. What was your favorite? Let me know down below. And of course, again, if you're interested in any of these products, definitely check them out at the links down below. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with Beast Made Reviews.